Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tamim Ansar. I'm here for the review of my bike, Hero Motor Corporation bike Glamour fuel injection. And now I will let you know about the 15,000 kilometer review. Let's start with the performance wise category that has been doing for the last 15,000 kilometers and how the bike performed. I will be explaining it to you, and also the accessories that I have fixed. So let's start with it. Okay guys, let's start on. As I have shown in the earlier review how to clean the bike, you can see how well cleaned it is and how beautifully shining it is, the chain socket. And also I'll show you the rear mud flap, the silencer tube towards the exhaust, and the gear transmission box, and also the engine head, and also the front section. Everything seems to be very much shiny, and this is that's how I clean my bike, as I showed you in the earlier review, with spraying diesel engine oil and other mixture. Now let's see what all I have done. Let's look into the meter console. Meter console is on, and now I have I have logged about 15,143 kilometers. My tank always remain about 6 liters, which is half tank always, because that's advisable. Now let's look. Basically the vehicle performed very well in the last couple of months. I bought this bike on September 21st 2012, and within about 7 months I logged about 15,000 kilometers, and that's really nice. And my tire, let's look at the tires, the condition of the tires. Tires seems to be not wearing off so fast. The main reason behind is, even let us look at the rear tire. The rear tire also, it's not wearing off very easily. It's got still the blocks in it. It's perfect. It's still perfect. The reason behind maintaining such long life for the tire is filling it up with nitrogen. And I have kept it till now. I changed my nitrogen inside the tires at about 10,000 kilometers, and then I filled fresh nitrogen, and it still works. And the basic reason that I am using nitrogen is because of my long ride. I ride about 110 kilometers daily, so that requires a lot of that creates a lot of heat friction on the tires. Now let's see how the engine sounds after this 15,000 kilometer ride. It's perfect, very silent, still. Now let's raise up to 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. That's 4,000, and that is about 7,000, 10,000, close to 10,000 RPM. And the gear transmission also the same, and it's smooth still. The only thing that I used to do every 3,000 kilometers during the service period is that I just ask them to tighten the chain, because the chain gets a bit loose. Otherwise it's perfectly working still, and there is nothing to be worried about. The vehicle seems to be very much calm. Now the additional feature that I fixed in it is a hazard, a forward indicator, or a hazard that is really required for bikes nowadays, because we travel in rain and conditions where visibility is low. So just the light does not make any point, so we have to add I added a hazard in it. I'll just show you how it works. Flip this switch, it opens current into the system, and then switch on. You will get all the 4 lights working together. Look into the front. Seems very nice. Now let's switch on the headlights and see. Switch on this is the park, and I'll switch on the main headlights. Shows a bit of variation. The thing that I added to install this was another cutter, which is more powerful than what Hero provides. So I usually use this because I just pull to the side of the road normally to take my calls and all. So stopping at the side of a highway is also a risky thing. So then if you want to stop there, and if you want to grab the attention of the drivers who are coming behind you, you need to keep this thing on, so we can make our calls easily, and we have peace of mind. Then not only that, during slowing down in front of speed breakers, we use these hazards. It's because the vehicles, most probably the heavier vehicles which comes behind us, does not slow down. They just rush over these speed bumps. And within 50 kilometers of my ride to my college, there is about 13 speed breakers, so I have to use this thing often. And most of the big heavy vehicle drivers, they don't seem to slow down. So this is the only, because we can't go faster because our suspensions are not that strong enough to run over through speed breakers. Not only that, we can go, but still there are chances that we may flip over. And sometimes even if we don't flip over, there are chances our suspension can get a bit weird very soon, and it won't be performing as it is supposed to. So that's why we always have to maintain our bike. I have always changed my oil at 6,000 kilometers. Normally that's what Hero Motor Corporation suggests. Change the oil at 6,000 kilometers, and I do it every 6,000 kilometers. But the service period is every 3,000 kilometers. So you have to service your vehicle at 3,000 kilometers, at which point they will be pouring in some more oil, so that the oil level is always up. And they use the normal Hero Motor Corporation Hero engine oil, which is very nice oil. In fact, because it lasts this long means it's a very nice oil. So I always suggest that, even this is my last free service. 15,000 kilometer was my last free service, but still I will be taking it to Hero's authorized dealer only for service in the future, even for the paid service. It is because the warranty of this vehicle is up to 40,000 kilometers or 3 years. So if you want that warranty, and if you want peace of mind for your equipments and other things they have in this bike, it is better to always service your vehicle at an authorized Hero Motor Corporation dealer or a Hero Motor Corporation service center. So there is nothing wrong in that. And see, now you can see the fumes coming out. Big smoke. It's not actually smoke, because it's the diesel oil getting evaporated that I sprayed today morning to keep the vehicle shiny. And then sometimes I even lubricate my chain by myself. How I do is, it's very simple. You can do it. First you have to keep the vehicle like this on center stand. Before switching on the vehicle, you have to remove this cap here. You see this cap? You can remove this cap and put the vehicle in first gear and leave the let the chain run inside. And at this point, just spray some diesel oil into the chain, and all the dirt and mud and everything will just get washed away and will come out through this hole. There are two holes here, you can see down. There are two holes, and it will come out through these holes. And after which, after doing it for some time, you can then switch off the bike. And for lubricating, you have to use a small tube like stuff, and pour in engine oil or chain grease oil through this. Again, you just apply put the vehicle in first gear and let the chain run, and then put the tube into the on top of the chain. Do not touch the chain. Without touching the chain, just pour in grease oil, chain grease into that pipe, and it will flow onto the chain, and let it keep running. And then you just have to do is shift it to second gear and let it run for another about let's say about 5 minutes, and it will be evenly distributed. Even here inside the socket, you can see the socket here. You can see through here. There is a socket in there. The socket will also get lubricated. So it's always healthy to do that. And when you give it for service, tell them to tighten your chain every time, because it's really nice when you're especially people like me who are riding long distance traveling. We need our chains to be perfect. So these are the things that I used to do to take care of my bike. Basically, it's pretty much neat still now. And thank God I have never dropped from my bike. I have never fallen from my bike while it's running, alhamdulillah. But I have fallen from my bike accidentally one time because I forgot to put the side stand, and I thought that I put the side stand and I just kept it for parking, and it just fell off from me. That's the only time it has fallen. It has gone off my hands. Otherwise, it seems to be perfect till now. There is not, the clutch is also still having a good play, and the brakes also still very nice. It's serviced, so there's nothing new. The only thing they forgot to put is this the .3 oil inside the master cylinder of the disc brake. They forgot it this time, maybe. Next time, maybe for the next service, because we don't. It's not necessary, but still, we have to change it after about 20,000 kilometers, maybe. And disc, everything is perfect. And also, you have to take care while you are spraying diesel. Try to avoid this area, the disc brake, because if you apply oil on it, our braking performance will become very poor. And even accidentally, if you spray it, all you have to do is take some Vim or dishwasher or anything like that in a small cup, and add some add very little amount of water, squeeze it in a sponge, take it in a sponge, and wipe it very clean, so that the oil will come out. Then you can use the brake as normal. Otherwise it will take some time to come back to its normal operation condition when there is diesel oil or any other oil sprayed on it. So that's all for folks. Let's say this is how it is, because many of the guys in YouTube were asking about the performance of my bike and how we are supposed to clean the bike and all those things. So the ECU kit is actually inside somewhere here, so there is nothing to be worried about. You can wash the vehicle as normal, but try not to ingest a lot of water into the system, because there are some electrical components also. You can see still the smoke, this fume is coming out. It's the diesel getting evaporated when the engine is hot. This is the fuel injection system. Try not to spray water directly onto it. Just put some soap and just clean it, and you will get used to it. Anyway folks, thank you very much for your time. So hope let's see how it runs up to another 25,000 kilometers, and I will post my next review there. Thank you for being with me once again. Goodbye and safe ride.